Okay, so welcome, and in this video we're going to talk about an application problem. So here, this is the equation that's used in the analysis of a projectile, like launching a rocket, and so, or throwing a stone up in the air, whatever the case may be. But this is a projectile analysis. So we talk about position. So the position of the rocket or the projectile over time. So this is the initial position of the projectile. This is the initial velocity, and this is the acceleration due to gravity, g. Okay? So we want to solve for t. So first of all, to use the quadratic formula, we got to have everything to one side, right? So it's got to be in standard form. So we're going to move the s over here. So we're going to write this as 1/2 g t squared plus v0 v0 t plus s0 minus s equals 0. Okay? So we call this v0 and s0, or you can say v0 and s0. Okay, so now, how do we deal with this? Well, we're going to use the quadratic formula, but we've got to remember what a, b, and c are. But before we do that, I'm going to multiply everything by 2 to get rid of the fractions. So just multiply by 2. So I'm going to make this gt squared plus 2 v0 t plus 2 times s0 minus s equals 0. Okay? Is that what I want? Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, now, let's see. Yeah, so now I'm going to solve for t, and so again, I'm going to write out my a. What's a? A in this case is g, b is 2 v0, and c is 2 times s0 minus s. Okay, so now I'm going to plug it into the quadratic formula for t. So that means we're going to have negative b, so this is going to be negative 2 v0 plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a, which is g, times c, which is 2 times s0 minus s over 2 times a, which is going to be 2g. Okay. So now, let's simplify this. Okay, so this is going to equal negative 2 v0 plus or minus. Okay, so now this is going to be 4 times v0 squared minus 8g So this will be 8g S0 minus or plus 8g s over 2g. And so now I'm going to factor out a 4. So let me go back up here and erase this. Okay. So now t equals negative 2v naught plus or minus. So now I'm going to factor out a 4. And that's going to leave me with v naught squared minus 2 g s naught plus 2 g s. Right? All over 2g. Okay? So far so good. And then now we can break this up into two radicals, right? So this is going to be the square root of 4 times the square root of this thing, which is, oops, not 4. V naught squared minus 2g s naught plus 2g s over 2g. Well, this is just going to be 2, right? This is just going to become 2. And then what happens? Oh, now I can factor out a 2, right? So this is going to become, in fact, I can factor out a negative 2 because the plus minus isn't going to matter. So let's factor out a negative 2. So if I factor out a negative 2, that's going to give me v naught plus or minus the square root of v naught squared minus 2g s naught plus 2g s over 2g, right? And now this 2 cancels with that one. So I guess it didn't matter with the negative because it's just going to be negative anyway. So the final answer is going to be negative v naught plus or minus the square root of v naught squared minus 2g s naught plus 2g s over g. Actually, if I factor out the negative 2, That does change this. Oh. To a negative. Okay. That's it. Have a great day.